Hi, Sabrina here with another tutorial for the newborn cupcake beanie. I had posted this beanie up before, but I had some difficulties with my computer and I had lost the second part, so I have to redo this again. So this is the redo and I apologize for that, but we're gonna get this done. So I brought out all my material again and we're gonna start on this project. So the basic colors I'm using here is red, brown, and white War's Weight yarn for this, and this is all Red Heart Super Saver yarn that I'm going to be using, and these are the colors I'm basically going to be using. I got buttons here, and I'm going to use these for my sprinkles because the baby is just cute as a button, and I'm going to put these aside. And if you don't want to use that for the sprinkles, you can always use different colors of yarn, or you can even purchase little beads that I have here, and you can actually use these as sprinkles as well, like I have in a cupcake that I've done before, an applique that I've done, and these are the little beads that I put on there, and it makes cute little sprinkles. So if you want to do it that way, you can do it that way. It's just a cute little idea that you guys can use. We're going to be using a crochet marker for this. I use bobby pins. We're going to be using a 4.5mm hook and a damper's needle to sew in our loose ends. So let's get started. To get started, we're going to start with the white yarn. I'm going to make a slip knot by wrapping the yarn over our two fingers. I like to tuck it behind, bring it over, put my hook through, release it off my hook. Chain up 3. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through that loop. That's a chain 1. Wrap the yarn over your hook, pull through the loop. That's a chain 2. And chain 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to join this with our first chain that we have here. So our first chain, which is right at the loose end of our hook, that first loop that you see, we're going to wrap our yarn over our hook and pull through that loop and pull through the other loop. We're going to wrap our yarn over our hook and chain up 1. Now we made a circle when we did that, and the circle is kind of hard to see, but once you see it, it's like right about there. See where my skin is peeking through? That's our circle. That's the center of our circle. So in that center of the circle, we are going to single crochet 12 times into that center. So we're going to put our hook right through, and we're going to pull the yarn through and wrap the yarn over our hook and pull through both loops. That's a single crochet. Let me show you one more time. You're going to go right into that circle, and we're going to pull through, wrap the yarn over. You're going to have 2 on your hook, and you're going to pull through all 2. So that's a single crochet. So that's 2 single crochets. Now we're going to do it 12 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And when it gets crowded like this, what I like to do is I like to hold down really tight on this side, and I like to just pull this down, and it brings all these stitches together. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. This is 12. And our first single crochet that we did, which is right here, the first stitch, we're going to single crochet into that stitch. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our marker now, and we're going to mark the stitch that we did, which is right behind our hook, and we are going to mark that. That is going to show us our beginning and ending point for each round, because this round is going to be done in a continuous round, and we will not know where our round is at once we get there because it's going to be invisible in a way. So to mark it is the best way to find out where we're going to be ending and beginning at. So we are on round 2, and for row 2, we're going to single crochet back in the same stitch as we did our other single crochet, making it 2 in the same stitch, just like so. Now we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So we're going to move along to the next stitch over and put 1 single crochet. We're going to go back in that same stitch again and put another single crochet. That's 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way around. 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're right back at our marker. We're going to take that marker out. We're going to single crochet into that stitch and then place our marker back into our new stitches right behind the hook, like right there. You see that's the little stitch, and mark it right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So we're going to move to the next stitch, put 1 single crochet, the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and continue that all the way around by putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, we're back at our marker again. Let's take our marker out. We are going to single crochet into that marker and place our marker back into our new stitch, which is right behind the hook. So we always know where our beginning and ending round is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet back into that same stitch again, making it 2 in the same stitch. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do another increase round. We're going to move along to the next stitch over, put 1 single crochet. The next stitch over, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch, 1 back in the same stitch again, and 2. The next stitch is 1 single crochet. The next stitch is 2 single crochets in the same stitch, 1 back in the same stitch again, and 2. The next stitch is 1 single crochet. The next stitch is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next stitch is 1 single crochet. The next stitch is 2 single crochets, and we're repeating that pattern all the way around by putting 1 in the next, 2 in the next. So we already put 2 here. We're going to go and put 1 in the next one and 2 the next. Repeat that pattern all the way around until you get to the end. If you hear noises in the back, those are my kids. I'm trying to get this video done, so they're in the other room, but they are loud when they want to be. Oops, skipped one. 2 and then 1. Okay, so now we're back at our marker. We're going to take our marker out. We are going to single crochet into our marker space or stitch, and now we're going to place our marker back into our new stitch, which is right behind the hook. This round we're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way around. Okay, so now we're back at our marker again. We're going to take that marker out, single crochet into that stitch, and place our marker back into our new stitch, which is behind the hook. We're going to now put another single crochet into the same stitch, making it 2 in the same stitch, and we're going to do another increase round. The next 2 stitches we are only going to put 1 single crochet in each one, move along to the next stitch, 1, and the next stitch we're going to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet in each one. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So it's 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and we repeat that pattern all the way around until we get back to our marker with 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. So now that we did that row, we're going to take our marker out. We are going to single crochet into that stitch where our marker was at and place our marker back in. This round and all the other rounds that we're going to continue doing, and we're going to go up to row 15. So this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on row 7. So this is row 7. We're going to go all the way up to row 15. So we are going to basically go into every stitch around, 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, and we're going to go all the way around and around. And we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches until we get to our marker, all the way up to row 15. So we're doing row 7 as I'm speaking right now. So we really don't have that much to do to get to row 15. And then we are going to change color and start our base. And to count your rows, you see these lines right here, those indicate each of your rows. So all you have to do is just count those rows. And it'll tell you what row you are. But when you're counting them, make sure you're counting them from here. You see how that indent went up? That's when you went to row 2. So this is where you basically will start your counting. This will be row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I told you, we are on row 7. So we're finishing up row 7. And we are going to start row 8. And we're basically just single crocheting all the way around in each of the stitches. We're back at our marker. We're going to take our marker out, place our marker back in, and place the marker. And we're now going to single crochet all the way around again. And now we're on row 8. Continue this all the way till you get to row 15. I'm going to continue mine off the camera and come back with mine with the row 15 complete. Okay, so I finished up to my 15th row. And isn't that cute? We got the top of our beanie almost complete here. So now what we're going to do is we're taking out that crochet marker and we're going to slip stitch in the stitch next to it, right next to it, which is the stitch where the marker was at. I don't want to get you guys confused. We are going to fasten off, so you want to get your scissors and cut the excess yarn off. And I like to pull it right through that loop and pull nice and tight. Now, if you were working on your beanie and you flipped it over and started crocheting this way and you could see your numbers, that is good. We can do that way. But if you were like the way I was right now, you can leave it this way as well. And I'm just showing you basically which way you can do it. So flip it over, and if you can see your ridges, that is good. Now what we're going to do is you're going to get your yarn here, and this is the brown. We're going to do a slip knot almost, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this little loop and we're going to attach it to our hook. We're going back about, say, 3 stitches away from the slip stitch that we did. But when we're going to attach it, we're going to go into the back loops. Normally you go on both loops, like as you can see here. No, what you want to do is insert your hook right into the center of that stitch and grab that back loop only. The loops are on the inside of the beanie. Okay, so when you're doing that, you're going to grab a hold, put your hook right through and bring it through. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through. So, as you can see, my ridges are on the outside. The inside is nice and smooth. We are working this beanie inside out, and at the end we are going to flip it over and our beanie is going to be formed. Oh, actually no, sorry. I'm confusing you guys. I'm thinking another beanie that I'm doing a tutorial for. Okay, so the smooth area is the part that you want. I don't want to get you guys confused here. The smooth area is what you want. And we are going to be crocheting this on the other side. So if you did your slip knot, and as you can see that ridge right there, don't worry about it. You're going to go back on this side right here, and you're going to get that back loop, of course. Attach your brown yarn to it. Chain up 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to half double crochet all the way around. So you're going to wrap the yarn over your hook. We're going to go into every back loop on this row with half double crochets. You're going to wrap the yarn over your hook and go through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Wrap the yarn over, go into the back loop, bring the yarn through, wrap the yarn over, and pull through all 3. Now we're going to do back loops through this whole entire row right here, and we're only going in the back loops, and we're doing a half double crochet. When you come across right here, as you can see, there is about, you're going to go right into the back loop only. So you're going to go right into that stitch right there where that is at, and you're going to do the back loop. That's how you're going to do that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down that straggler right over my stitches, as you can see, and I'm going to start crocheting right over it so I don't have to see it no more, and I don't have to sew it in as well. It's the best way of doing it without having to sew it in. So we're just going to go all the way around, going into the back loops only with the half double crochet. And while we're doing these back loops, you're going to see this right here. And this is where we're going to crochet on top of to make the icing on the on this beanie. So we don't want to go into both loops, only the back loops, so we can actually use something to crochet on when we get to that point. So right now we are just going to half double crochet all the way around, only in the back loops. Okay, we're getting to the end here. And what I'm going to do here now is, I have a loose straggler here, so I'm going to crochet that right over, and I didn't even know I had that there. I thought it was the white one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch on the top of our chain 2 that we have here. And we are now going to basically chain up 2, 1, 2, and this is the tricky part, okay? We're going to go into our front loops, our front posts and our back posts, and we're going to do that in half double crochets. So to do that, we're going to wrap the yarn over our hook like we're going to do a half double crochet, and what we're going to do is these are our front posts. These are our posts right here. Every half double crochet, you see that? That's a post. So right in between, these are posts right here. They look like the half double crochets that we just did, which they are, but that's what they're called, posts. So what we're going to do is you're going to go in one side, out the other. You're going to wrap the yarn over your hook. You're going to pull it right through that post, and then you're going to have 3 on your hook like a half double crochet. Wrap the yarn over and go right through all 3. Now you did a front post. Now we're going to do the back post. Wrap the yarn over, and you're going to go inside the beanie, so you're coming out from the other side, and you're coming through the other way. To do this, sometimes I like to bend the beanie a little bit to get it through. Then you wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through all 3. That's a back post. And you know what? I don't think, yeah, I can crochet over this. So let's go through a front post again. You're going to wrap the yarn over your hook, go right through the front of the beanie, out to the other side of that post, wrap the yarn over your hook, pull through, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we're going to do a back post, wrap the yarn over your hook, go in the inside of the beanie, outside the other side of the post, come through, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we're going to do a front post, wrap the yarn over, go through the front side, out through the other side, wrap the yarn over, pull through, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. So you're going to start seeing those ridges come in, as you can see here, and they look so cute. They give it that look that you want for the cupcake when you see those cupcakes just like sitting there with the little wrapping on them. That's what I like. So we're going to go in through the back post, and we're just going front post, back post, front post, back post, and repeating that same pattern over and over again. And we're doing a half double crochet, so we're coming around and doing that. Now we're going to do a front post. You're going to wrap the yarn over, go through the front of that post, bring it through, wrap the yarn over, pull through all three. Wrap the yarn over, go through the back side of the post, pull through, and if it comes loose like that, just redo it again. Everybody gets that. And pull through. Wrap the yarn over, go through the front post, wrap the yarn over, go through the back, wrap the yarn over, pull through all three. So that's a front post, back post. I'm going to continue doing that all the way around. You do the same with yours. I'm going to cut this loose end off here so I don't have to see it no more. And I'm going to continue going through the front post, back post on this row all the way around. Now we're getting closer to the end here, and what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch on the top of our chain 2 right here. Slip stitch right through there, and you're going to chain up 2 again. 1, 2. Now we're going, now you can see what your front post is and what your back post is, because everything is right at you. You can actually see the ridges. So you're going to go around doing the front post, back post with a half double crochet all the way around again. So if that was a front post, now I'm going in my back post, and you're going to do that all the way around till you get to row 5. This is row 3 that we're on because we just finished row 2. So you got about this row and 2 more rows, so 3 more rows to go, and I will meet you there with my rows finished. So you're just going in the front and back post. Every time you get to the end here, you're going to slip stitch on the top of the chain 2, and you're going to chain up 2 for each of the rows. And that's basically what you're going to do for the base of this beanie here. So I'm just going in the back post here, and then I'm going to go in the front post. And I'm just repeating the process over and over again with a half double crochet. The stitches might get a little tough, but you can get through them. So I'll see you there with mine done. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 5 of the brown area, which will be a total of 20 rows total from the whole beanie. And you're just going to slip stitch and fasten off here. I'm leaving a short tail so I can sew that in. But before I sew anything in, I'll do that off the camera. We are going to do the icing on the end of this. So we're going to get the white yarn here, and you're going to make another little loop. You can attach it anywhere, but it's got to be in the front loops that we did not do. And what we're going to do here is we're going to attach this to any of those loops right there, and we're attaching it, and you're going to chain up 1, and I'm going to lay my loose straggler down. I'm going to skip one of the stitches and move along to the next stitch over, and I'm going to put 3 half double crochets into that stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to skip 1 stitch, move to the next stitch, and slip stitch, just like so. And we just formed a little shell. So now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to wrap the yarn over my hook. I'm going to skip 1 stitch, move to the next, and put 3 half double crochets into that stitch. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to skip 1 stitch, move to the next, and slip stitch. And I'm going to cut this loose end off because it's actually driving me nuts now. There you go. And we're going to repeat that same pattern all the way around. Skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and I am going to slip stitch in the next one over. You're skipping 1 and you're going into the next one, slip stitch, skip the next one, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and I am bending the beanie because it makes it easier for me to grab those stitches, so I like to bend it. I'm skipping 1, moving to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets, skip 1, move to the next, slip stitch, skip 1, move to the next, 3 half double crochets, skip 1, move to the next, and slip stitch, and we are going to fasten off from here. So take your string, cut it, pull it all the way through, pull tight, get your needle, thread it, and just sew in that loose end. Okay, so here's our cute little beanie, already forming that cupcake look, as you can see here. Look at that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew in this top here, and I like to just thread my needle, and I go around the circle and back again. Once I go around the circle, I pull tight, and then I go the opposite way. That's how I lock it into place. Fasten off. Okay. Let's do the cherry now. I'm going to move this beanie to the side and grab the red yarn. Here's our red yarn. We're going to make a slip knot. Put your hook through, chain up 2, 1, 2. We're going to single crochet 6 times into the first chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now what we're going to do is single crochet in the top of our first single crochet, and we're going to get our marker again, and we're going to mark that. We're going to go right back in that same stitch again and put another single crochet, making it 2 in the same stitch, and you can pull tight on that loose strand and it'll bring everything together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way around till we get back to the marker by putting 2 single crochets in each of the stitches. So we're moving along to the next stitch over, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch, the next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and we're repeating that all the way around. Now I'm back at my marker. I'm going to take that marker out, single crochet into that stitch, and place my marker back in. This round, this is round 3, I'm going to single crochet in every stitch around, back all the way back to the marker again. So we're just going in each of the stitches by putting 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Okay. We're back at the marker again. You're going to take that marker out, and now we're going to do a decrease round where we're going to go into one stitch, pull the yarn through, go into the next stitch over, pull the yarn through. You're going to have 3 on your hook, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3, take your marker now, place it into that stitch that you just did so you know your beginning and ending point is at. Move to the next stitch over, put your hook through, bring the yarn through, go in the next stitch over of that one, bring your yarn through. You're going to have 3 on your hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3. And we're going to do that all the way around. We're going into the next stitch, you pull the yarn through, the next stitch, pull the yarn through, you got 3 on your hook, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. The next one, you're going to put your hook through, bring the yarn through, hook through, yarn through, 3 on your hook, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. Go into the next stitch, pull through, the next stitch, pull through, got 3 on your hook, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. And these are your last 2. In, out, 3 on your hook, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. Now at this point, we're going to get some loose stuffing. I have a little bag full, and these are just cut ends that I have here. They're like little strands, as you can see, from cutting off from projects and stuff like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some of this stuffing here and you're going to stuff the inside of the cherry. You can always just cut up a little piece like this much or whatever, and you can actually stuff it yourself, or you can use polyester fill. But I like to recycle, so I'm just going to use some of this. And I'm just stuffing the inside of this. I'm actually going to pull my hook out for a second there so I can actually get in there. And that's good for me. You don't need that much, just a little bit. I'll push the other to the side. Now I'm going to put my hook back on there again. And we're going to go and do another decrease round again. So I'm going to take my hook out, my crochet marker, sorry. I'm going to go into that stitch, go into the stitch next to it, and I'm going to pull through. I have 3 on my hook. I'm going to wrap the yarn over and pull through all 3. I'm going to take my marker and mark that stitch so I know my beginning and ending point's at. Now I'm going to move along to the next stitch over, put my hook through, go in the next stitch over, put my hook through, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3, go into the next stitch, pull through, and the last stitch, pull through, wrap the yarn over, and pull through all 3. Now I'm done with this one, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave a small tail, fasten off, wrap it around my hook, pull it all the way through. I'm going to take the marker out, grab my needle, take my needle, thread it, and I'm going to insert it from the center of this ball that we have here, right through the center, out through the other side, and I'm going to pull tight. Now I'm going to take these 2 and tie them together nice and tight, double knotting, and go right back, leave that there because I'm going to use that to sew it on top. So now we can sew on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and thread and the beanie. You're going to sew it on the top of the crown right here. See how that's the beginning part where we chained up 3 and we went around? The very, very top of that where we sewed in the loose end to. We're going to take our needle now and we're just going to sew this on here the best way we can. And what I do is I pretty much go around that little circle onto the beanie, into the cherry itself. So I'm pretty much like at the end here, and I don't really have that much string left over to sew that last end, so I'm just going to start tying these two ends together really tight, and I'm just going to cut the yarn off. So now our cherry is on top, and of course a cherry needs a cute little stem, right? So then we're going to go back to getting that brown yarn. Make a slip knot and chain up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What we're going to do is we're going to go right into the center of this cherry. You want to grab at least 2 stitches here, and you're going to slip stitch right through that chain 5. And now we're going to work on the outside of this chain, and we're going to just slip stitch all the way back down the chain again. That's my last one. So now I'm going to fasten off here. I'll pull that all the way through, and I'm going to pull nice and snug on both ends, bringing all those stitches together. I'm going to tie this in a knot, double tied, and of course you have these loose ends. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and go down on the brown, and hide those loose ends pretty much. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And you're going down on the stem. There we go. Cut. And you got a cute little cherry with the stem. So there's your cherry top little cupcake. And now to add these. Now I don't use the same needle for these because my needle, the holes are a bit, actually I think I can use the same one. So yay for that one. I'm just going to use the white yarn that I had before. And I'm going to take some string here. I'm going to thread my needle. And I go inside the beanie. And I'm going on the top part here, and I'm attaching this button to the space I want it. I pull the needle through, leaving a small tail on the inside so I can tie them together. I'm going into the other side. Be careful you don't poke yourself when doing this. For those beginners, I poked myself several times. And I gotta sew in that loose end too. And after I sew in the button, I tie the 2 ends together before cutting the strings off. That way I don't lose so much of the yarn that I'm using. And I repeat that again. And what I do is I do a zigzag with the buttons pretty much, and that gives it the great sprinkles. So I went up, so I'm going to go down on this one. So I'll bring this one down here. And that's the way I did it in the picture as you've seen in the beginning of this. And it's pretty much simple. Very, very simple to do. And I'm going to continue doing mine. And you guys continue doing yours, sewing all those loose ends. And I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Please comment and subscribe below and let me know what you think of this adorable, cute little cupcake newborn beanie. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay? Happy crocheting. Bye!